Alright, what is going on, fellers? Shit, I am just waking up. I took a shower. Shit in the shower is what I just did. Oh, man. Oh, I gotta get up. I gotta get to the garden and pick a bunch of tomatoes and peppers. It's gonna take like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. I have so many. Fuck. Yeah, that's the thing that I hate about gardening, actually. I like everything about gardening. I just hate having to maintain the plants over time, and it's the reaping, the reaping that bothers me. The sowing is fun. It's like, oh, look at me, I'm planting beautiful plants. They're gonna grow and be beautiful and big, and there'll only be a good thing for this world, and that's wonderful. And then after you're done, you're like, okay, what should I do now? And now you start losing interest, and then over time, plants start getting bigger, and you got to take care of them, you got to water them, you got to make sure you got the right soil depth, the right humidity, you got to put down, like, bark or leaf matter to kind of retain the temperatures and humidities for certain plants, because some of them are a little weaker, and I live in Texas, and it gets real hot, a lot of the time, although this year was pretty cool because of weird climate change shit. But anyway, yeah, after a while, it starts to become a chore, is all I'm saying. But it's not that bad. I'm probably just bitching. But yeah, I got to do that soon. And what else do I need to do today? I can't remember. I'm not in a thinking mood. I'm shot from yesterday. Yesterday, a ton of work came in for me to do, and I have to get it all done basically by the end of the week coming up here. I can already tell I'm going to be doing some late nights. I can already tell I might even be sleeping there again. Fuck. So, I'm psyching myself up for that shit. That's gonna be a chore. But, it's a lot of money, so we live in capitalism. I gotta make bank, or else I'm fucked. So I gotta do it. I gotta do it. Check these out, guys. Pretty sick guitars, right? Nice. It's like red with a hint of purple in there, and blue with a hint of orange in there. And I don't know, maybe the shininess. See, that's what sucks about Flake. Like, if I record it and show it to you on a camera, that's one thing, but seeing it in person looks a lot better. It does. Like, I'm looking at my phone right now, and then I'm looking at them in real life, and yeah, real life is definitely better. It's not as shiny and blinding. You can see more detail in the flakes, but whatever. Yep. Anyway, so yeah, I was right about Halo Infinite, God of War 5, and Breath of the Wild 2. Remember when they were talking shit about those games coming out this year, I was like, no. Breath of the Wild 2, that's coming out next year. God of War 5, that's coming out next year. And Halo Infinite, well, it is technically coming out this year, but it's launching without campaign co-op, Forge mode, and I'm pretty sure they're not going to have a file share system to launch with, or a theater mode, or something like that. I don't know. They're missing a good chunk of content, is my point. Stuff that we should be getting that we're not going to be getting. So, is it really coming out this year? Kinda. Partly. So I guess I was kinda wrong, kinda right on that one. So yeah, that game's a joke. Oh my goodness. Just, wow. But yeah, I just think it's funny because I saw some asshole saying, a Game of the Year award goes to Halo Infinite. It's like, wow, you guys really think that's going to happen? And now that shit definitely ain't happening. Like, oh my god, fuck you for saying that. You're so dumb. But yeah, games this year kind of sucked, honestly, man. Last year was better. Last year, I would argue, is better. Last year, we got Final Fantasy VII Remake, Last of Us 2, Ghosts of Tsushima, all of them are pretty damn good. Not perfect, of course, I'd give them all about around a 7 or an 8 out of 10, personally. But, like, visually, they're amazing. And the amount of work that was put into them amazing. Just, you know, on a personal level, I didn't think they were the greatest shit ever, but they were pretty good. But this year, well, we got Returnal, Ratchet and Clank, that Nier Replicant game, Psychonauts 2, Resident Evil Village. Those are all not bad, but I would personally rate them slightly lower than those games I just mentioned from last year. And oh yeah, I forgot Resident Evil 3 Nemesis remake. I dug that one from last year too, even though it was pretty short, and the other part of the game was this bullshit microtransaction multiplayer mode. I didn't even fucking get into that. I just got the game like at half price when what was it? Sony did that like Japan games cheaper sale around September last year, so that's when I chimed in and got it because I didn't want to pay full price for a game that's half microtransaction, half single player experience, you know? So, fucking microtransactions, right? They're making it harder for me to be a gamer, I swear to God. Because I'm trying to dodge them and avoid them, but businesses are sneaky and disgusting, and they want to manipulate me into getting them. You know, they're tying microtransactions in as much as possible. Some games straight up have single-player microtransactions. At that point, I just throw my hands up in the air and I'm like, fuck you. like there was that first Tomb Raider game from 2015-ish, I think it was. I can't remember. My memory's shit. But when that came out, that's a good game. And there's like no extra microtransaction type bullshit. Not really. So, good deal. And then the sequel comes out where Tomb Raider lady has to go to the snowy mountains or whatever. And it's filled with microtransactions. And the third one where she goes to Mexico or whatever, that one also has a ton of microtransactions. So, I didn't play those two because I was just like, nah, they're pushing it. Fuck them. And I heard they're not even as good as that first one, so why even bother, you know? So anyway, but yeah, those games I mentioned, Returnal, Ratchet and Clank, Resident Evil Village, Nier Replicant, Psychonauts 2, those strike me as the best games this year so far. And I haven't even played them. I played the demo for Resident Evil Village. But I haven't played any of these games, so don't take me that seriously. I'm just going on my gut instinct here. Yeah, I'm not really getting new shit. But you know me, I hardly ever get new shit because it's at full price, and I usually wait. So anyway, but yeah, that's what looks like the best of the best for this year, which isn't very impressive. Last year was better, but also not the greatest. I would argue a year like 2017 was better, you know? I mean, that's when we got Breath of the Wild and Mario Odyssey, you know? Like, those are must-have games for the Nintendo Switch. Anyway, but yeah, yeah, Kenya, the Spirits or whatever, that weird indie cartoony kind of game, that looks like a Breath of the Wild type experience, so I bet you that's not going to be too bad. And then there's that Deathloop shooting game from those guys who, I think they make the Dishonored franchise. Yeah, those guys are working on Deathloop, from if I remember correctly. And Deathloop looks like it's doing weird shit with shooting game mechanics, so that might be kind of interesting, but that still doesn't wow me very much. Yeah, Diablo 2, Regurgitated. Yeah, that's not shaping up to be that great, sad to say. Here's my problem. Apparently on console, it fucking sucks because, well, one, you can't have multiple players on one Xbox or one PS4 or PS5 or whatever. Nope. Fuck you. Buy your own shit, assholes. No sharing. So it's not like Diablo 3 on console. So that sucks ass automatically. The other thing that sucks ass is apparently they didn't transfer controls over very good. The game was designed on PC and PC alone, so making a console version is kind of hard. And, of course, they fucked up and failed to make it work good on console. It's basically a crappier version of Diablo 3 on console in terms of being able to easily, you know, manage your inventory and pick up items on the ground and fight bad guys and stuff. Like, apparently, playing the game with controllers it's hard to like target specific enemies on the battlefield. Like, let's say there's a magic guy who keeps resurrecting, and you want to target him in particular, but he's in the back row of enemies, and you want to cast a spell that hits him directly. Apparently, it's kind of a pain in the ass to pull that move off on console. It's much easier on PC. So that sucks. And yeah, managing your inventory and picking up items and moving stuff around is tedious and annoying in Diablo 2 on console. So yeah, not cool. But even the PC version is suffering a little bit. Guess what these fucking greedy cocksuckers did? They made it so that there's no local area network function in Diablo 2 Regurgitated. Nope. Online only, bitches. Suck a dick. And the reason for it, they say, is to help prevent hackers and cheaters from, you know... I don't understand this logic very much. I don't think it makes any sense. I think they're full of shit. And honestly, even if they have any fucking relevance to this at all, honestly, I'm going to tell you right now, gamers, who gives a flying fuck about cheaters? You know what happens if you run into a cheater in an online game? You get annoyed, and then you leave, and then you find players who aren't cheating, and you play with them. Duh! Like, most players aren't going to cheat. Like, the people cheating, there's like fucking 10% tops in a game, usually. Like, it's not really a big fucking problem. And even if it is, guys, even if you want to argue with me on this, like, fucking who cares? Find a group of people that you actually like, that you actually care about, that aren't dicks, that you can play these games with. It's always better to play a video game with someone you love. Someone you care about, friends, family, that kind of thing. Don't like. I'll tell you right now, Jimmy Stengel. I know you're gonna watch this video, Jimmy. I would love to play Halo with you, bro. I would love to play Halo with you over some Nazi bootlicking piece of shit in England with a laggy connection or some crap. Okay, right? Can we all fucking agree on that? Like, duh. I would rather play video games with my friends than some laggy fucking creep halfway across the planet, right? Ding, 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 ding. Like, that's a no fucking brainer. That should be common sense for all gamers. Oh my god. Why do we care about this? This is fucking stupid. Blizzard's full of shit. They're just reducing your options. They're just making it so you're online only 24/7 so that they can throw advertisements and newsletters at you and shit. Just like 343 with their newest games. For Halo, you turn on the game, and before you can even like access the main menu and decide what you want to do, forge, theater, multiplayer, campaign, whatever, firefight, no, you get hit by these ads. Look what we're doing for the future of this game. Buy these microtransactions. Oh, blah, 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 blah. And then you have to wait until you can get prompted to get that shit out of your face and actually play a video game. Like, that's what it's all about, you know? And they also want you to be on their servers, you know. That's what it's all about, all right? We're not that fucking stupid. Us gamers are pretty fucking dumb. Let's get real. But we're not that fucking stupid, okay? So yeah, that's the problem with Diablo 2 Regurgitated. And then, of course, you know, Blizzard is a horrible company. They used to be great, but then they turned into shit. Around, you know, the year 2000, they were pretty top-notch with Diablo 2 when it first came out, Diablo 1 in the late 90s, 98, of course, the best year for gaming, basically, that had StarCraft 1. Yeah, that was when Blizzard was kicking ass and taking names. But then you fast forward to around 2010, around that time they give us StarCraft 2, Wings of Liberty, and World of Warcraft has gone crazy, and Diablo 3 came out around 2012, 13, something like that. And it was kind of disappointing for the visuals and the story, but everything else was pretty top-notch. It had a bad launch on PC, that's for sure, but the console version of Diablo 3 is promising enough. It's alright. It's a fun party game, you know? But then we get close to, right now, 2020, 2021, and good lord, they team up with Activision, microtransactions up the ass, online only up the ass. You know that's what Diablo 4 is going to have. Nothing but. That sucks. And, yeah. And then we find out that the heads of the company, of Blizzard, are a bunch of creepy rapists. Great! Wonderful! Yeah, so it just puts a disgusting taste in your mouth, and you don't want to support that company at all, you know? Like, every company is corrupt and fucked up to a degree, but Jesus, those guys are giant assholes. And when confronted, they doubled down and were like, how dare you accuse us of the thing that you all know we do? You know? Like, wow, what a bunch of fucking cocksuckers. Like, they can't even acknowledge reality. Like, when you're a company and something this bad happens, you're supposed to be like, oh, okay, we're going to work to fix this. We're going to do something. That's what you're supposed to do. But these guys are just like, no, fuck you. We like raping bitches. We love being disgusting, horrible pieces of crap. You know, like, my goodness. That... disgusting. Like, you guys saw the photo, right? Where they all sat on top of this bed with Bill Cosby's portrait over the top, and they called it like the oh my god. Ugh. I hope all of those assholes fucking die. That's what I hope. So anyway, Metroid Dread looks pretty cool. I don't appreciate the super expensive versions of the game that they're offering. These things cost like $100 to $200. Oh my god. Ridiculous how they fucking market the shit out of the fucking games these days, you know? Back in my day, it was just like a $50 game. There you go. Now they have all these versions. Fuck. And then they're probably going to attach a ton of Amiibo DLC crap to it, and I'll have to figure that out. I fucking hate Amiibos. Microtransactions in doll pog card form. And you know what else sucks about them? The Nintendo Switch only has one controller on the market right now, the Fusion controller. That's the only controller they have on the market right now that has back paddles. I love back paddles on my controllers. I want all my controllers to have back paddles now because it's that convenient, it's that good, it's that awesome. And that's the only one on Nintendo's docket there that's available for Switch. And guess what? It cannot scan Amiibos. Great. I wouldn't even have this fucking problem in the first place if you greedy assholes at Nintendo never fucking came up with the idea of Amiibos in the first place. I know that Iwata guy, everybody loves him, and he died of cancer and whatnot, and that sucks ass and all, but that dickhead was responsible for this shit. He did fucking go along with it. So, he wasn't perfect, is my point. Anywho, frustrating. Frustrating how corporate greed has largely ruined gaming. My god. This makes it really frustrating. I have to jump through these hoops. I have to pay extra. I have to do a ton of research because of this, you know? And in the end, a lot of the time, I'm just screwed. Like, I have no alternative. Very lame. Very lame. Like, we could live in a gaming world where you have, like, limitless options on how to play. But no, a lot of the time you get screwed. You have to play the way that they want, you know? Like, I love Breath of the Wild and everything, but I would love to be able to run with the top buttons or a back paddle or something. And no, I have to fucking push X or whatever on the... It feels like shit. I'm sorry, it does. When I sprint in a video game, when I sprint in Skyrim, when I sprint in Halo Reach, when I sprint in Last of Us 2, I love that they let me use the left bumper for sprint. But no, Breath of the Wild comes along and I can't even change it to left bumper. I can't change it to anything except face buttons, and I had to get used to it that way, and it still feels a little weird, even though I got used to it. So, fuck that. Anyway, oh, man. Yeah, PS5 games got showed off. Spider-Man, Wolverine, God of War 5, Forspoken. Yeah, not bad. Honestly, that's probably... This is really sad what I'm about to say, but this is probably the coolest thing that has happened in gaming this year, is Sony showing us God of War 5 and a few other games. Like, that's how shitty gaming is this year. Is the best thing that happened was we got to see a few trailers. Like, oh my goodness. So anyway, next year for gaming, that should be better. We should have a sick God of War game. We should have a sick Zelda game. We should have a sick From Software game for Elden Ring, you know. I hope that game doesn't fucking rape me as hard as Sekiro did. That game scarred me for life. Fuck that game. We should get better prices on the consoles, you know, around that time. So yeah, maybe something will come along and surprise us and take gaming to new levels and innovate and make us more interested in gaming, that kind of thing. We'll see. So yeah, last things I want to talk about was, yeah, one of my frogs passed away, and yeah, that sucks. And I think it was partly my fault, but also it was getting old and struggling, and like, yeah, it just sucks. So yeah, guys, I'm not perfect. I know I fucking act like it a lot of the time, but I fuck up too. I screw up also. I fell for fake news a few times this year. I heard at January 6th, a guy tased his balls to death and died of a heart attack as a result. Nah, that turned out to be BS. I was wrong. He just had a heart attack and died. That's it. He never tased his own balls. So even I fall for fake news bullshit from time to time, you know. Nobody's perfect. Just try to get it right, you know. Twitch. Yeah, Twitch has been punishing some hate raid dickheads, so that's a good thing. And oh my god, I saw this one comment from this dickhead saying that back in the Halo 2 multiplayer days, you should have seen the sailor language they used against me and my mother. But I would never change that for freedom of speech. Freedom of speech is too important, you know. And it's like, hey, fuckhead, you're forgetting about the other people's freedom of speech. That's the problem with these free speech warriors. They often forget that the people that they're mad at also have free speech. If you want to call me like an Asian gook or whatever, fuck you. I have every right to say, shut the fuck up and get fucked, loser, and kick you out of my goddamn chat. Okay? You know, like, hey, fair is fair. You want to throw shit at me? I can throw that same shit right back at you, okay? That's how this works. We live in a society. But this goes deeper than free speech, you fucking idiots. They're spamming, you know, they're breaking TOS, they're breaking rules and shit. And they don't own Twitch. Twitch is owned by Twitch's owners, not these random creeps that want to spread hatred and racism and child porn because they're creeps. Yeah, those guys are fucking assholes that nobody likes. Like, sweeping them under the rug is the right thing to do, and if you stand against that, then, I'm sorry, you're a stupid fucking asshole, and fuck yourself. Speaking of which, my buddy Vadim over at Creationist Cat there, yeah, he got doxxed by creeps in his chat, revealing the fucking location of his address in the chat and everything. And it turned out that they didn't even get the right address. They got his old home. Like, these guys are fucking retarded. I know I shouldn't use that word. I'm sorry. But, you know, good lord. My goodness. And then my state has the whole abortion thing going on. Oh my goodness. Jesus Christ. These people, these far-right Christian wackos. Can they all just walk into the ocean already? Seriously? Nobody likes you guys. You're weird, you're creepy, you're dumb. Nobody can relate to you. Nobody can have an honest conversation with you. Seriously. Like, good lord. Yeah, President Biddy. Good old Biddy. He's the best president we've ever had, actually. And that sucks, because he's terrible. But he did pull us out of that fucked up longest war ever. So, that we've ever had. Like, that makes him the best president we've ever had. I wish he would do great things like legal bud and Medicare for all and better student loan debt, economic boosts, helping the infrastructure. They're apparently going to do something for that. You know? Isn't it fucking lame that we had this dumbass war where we sank trillions of dollars that could have gone to helping actual Americans, you know? God, we're fucking dumb. This country is absolutely fucking disgusting. And did you know we didn't even take in that many refugees after all of this? No, we took in like 50K. That's it. You know how many surrounding countries around Afghanistan took in refugees? They took in millions. Fucking millions. We only took in 50K. That's how nice we are. Even though we go over there, cause a bunch of bullshit, cause a bunch of trouble, we lose a lot of our own men, we kill a lot of innocent women and children. Yeah, we killed some bad guys, but we killed a lot of innocent women and children. And guess what? They have families, they have friends, they grow up hating America, they join the Taliban, and then bam! Taliban's stronger than it ever was before 9/11. Like, good job, America. Fucking stupid as fuck. This country's absolutely disgusting. If we get nuked or something, we kind of deserve it. I'm just saying. My goodness. Yeah. But yeah, it was 9/11's 20th anniversary yesterday, and that was depressing. I didn't even want to think about it, you know? Jesus Christ. But yeah, I've been playing Horizon Zero Dawn. It's not too bad. I'm really digging it. I'm getting into it more. I don't like it as much as Breath of the Wild, but, you know, it's not bad. I dig it. And for $20 with all the DLC, it was definitely worth it. And, yeah, finally in, I think that's about it. I'll shut the fuck up. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Peace.